Hey everybody, I'm Joe.
I'm Darren.
And this is the 281 BH. Darren, what's the specs on this thing?
This one right here is 31 feet, 11 inches, and it weighs about 7,000 pounds of dry weight.
Let's go check out the inside now.
Absolutely, let's head in.
All right, so now that we're inside the 281 BH, what does BH stand for?
Bunkhouse.
So this is your bunks. How big are these?
75 by 48.
Nice, these are big. You know, I'm 69 inches tall, so I could comfortably fit up here. Imagine you could probably fit 4 kids back here.
Absolutely, easily.
And then we got nice storage under here. That's a full-size tote under there.
Also in both of these bunks, you have lights with USB and USB chargers in there as well.
Nice, and it looks like there's A and C charge types up there. Nice, all right, let's check out that bathroom.
Yeah, absolutely, head down there. So tons of room in here for a little corner bathroom. You have an oversized stainless steel sink. You have a big medicine cabinet, and then you have tons of storage underneath that countertop. With tons of storage behind that porcelain toilet with the soft close lid.
So now let's talk about the living room slide out. How tall is the slide out, first of all?
72-inch slide heights, so more slide height than you typically have in a trailer this size.
Also, I'm noticing like how much natural light's coming in here. What type of windows are those?
Yeah, we use these massive atrium windows that are fully functional, so you can open them up all the way to get a nice cross breeze on a nice fall-ish day like today, kind of.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And then we got this nice love seat that directly faces your entertainment center. And what's special about this seating right here?
Yeah, so the theater seat is standard on the 281 BH. We also have an option to do a tri-fold, fold-out sofa if you need an extra sleeper sofa in the coach. This will be the standard, like I said before, so these do recline out, and they're wall huggers, so they'll push all the way back and you can lay flat on these.
Nice, awesome. And then here's your huge U-shaped dinette. Darren, what's all happening here in the booth dinette?
Yeah, so tons of room to sit and have breakfast. It also converts into a sleeper if you need an extra sleeper in the coach as well. We talked about the storage access on both sides of the front, and then that exterior baggage door on the back.
Nice. And then I noticed that the slide out, in addition, the slide out has no carpet and it's flush floor.
Yeah, something that we've stuck with on every single brand we've rolled out at Alliance. No carpet anywhere on campus, and then that flush floor makes it so you don't have that little toast over there when you're getting into the seating area.
Nice. All right, so now that we're in the kitchen of the 281 BH, it looks like there's a ton going on here. First thing I noticed is this pop-up counter extension.
Right, you can never have too much counter space in a coach, right?
Yeah, also, you guys can't see this from your angle, but that drain is moved all the way over to the right.
Yeah, something we engineered specifically for this purpose is to have that side drain sink so that we're able to run all that plumbing down the side of it instead of right down the middle. Usually in the coach, you'll see a big blank space here where you're not able to use it because of that plumbing going down there. By doing that side drain sink and running the plumbing, we're able to do a pull-out trash can. So you have a full-size trash can underneath the sink. Great use of space in there.
That's nice. And for those that have never camped before, it's really inconvenient to not be able to have a place to put a trash can because you need one when you camp.
Oh yeah.
So there it is, hidden, out of sight, out of mind. What else is going on over here?
So reinforced drawers like we have in all of our Alliance products. The cool thing in this top drawer is we did a silverware organizer in that top, so you can push it back and put some bigger utensils underneath.
All right, so what's going on with the appliances? And then it looks like there's some stuff going on above the appliances, which is uncommon.
Yeah, so microwave, obviously, stove and oven. Pots and pans drawer, tons of storage down there for your bigger pots and pans. But in addition to that, like Joe just mentioned, we took this interior height all the way throughout the entire coach to 81 inches. And by not barreling the roof, sometimes on a barreled roof in the coach, it seems like it's more room, but really you just have that more room in the center and you lose some of that space on the outside. So by not barreling that roof and keeping it flat on the inside, we're able to fit a couple more storage cabinets in the interior as well. One above the fridge and one above the microwave.
All right, speaking of fridge, what is that fridge?
10.7 cubic feet of 12-volt refrigerator.
Okay, nice. Could you run it off gas and electric?
No, not gas and electric. It's a 12-volt fridge, so you can run it while you're going down the road as it's hooked up to the truck, and then when you get to the campsite, it'll run off the plug-in or it'll run off the batteries.
We know that rainy days happen while you guys are camping, so we're going to give you this great entertainment space. Darren, do you want to talk on everything that's going on in the entertainment center?
Yeah, tons to talk about. First of all, it's right across from that theater seat, right, for maximum viewing angles. In addition to that, you have a smart TV here, so you have the Netflix capabilities, all that good stuff, Hulu. Like we talked about, the additional storage by not barreling that roof. But then underneath that TV, it's what we call an appliance pantry. So these two huge drawers will pull out for extra storage. And the cool thing is we put a 110 power outlet in here so that you're able to do the toaster oven, or you can put your Keurig in here. You can even put a PlayStation in here, or anything you want to use for the TV.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a light in there, so you'll be able to see everything while you're using it.
Yep.
And then it says pull this out for swivel mount, so let's do that.
Yeah, tons of extra storage back there. So in all of our Alliance products, we try to hide as much, or not hide it, but we try to use every nook and cranny in these coaches, right? So we're able to fit a little bit more storage behind the TV too.
Nice, that's awesome. So what about speakers? Because I've seen in other RVs, you know, there's usually like speakers that are underneath the TV. How's Delta handling that?
So most people when they're camping too, they're just hooking up to a Bluetooth speaker and using that for their camping music or anything like that. So what we did is we just put the Bluetooth speaker right in the coach. So now you're able to hook up to that. You just connect to the IRV app, and you're able to listen to whatever you want from your phone.
And we will put a link to that IRV app down in the description so you guys can download it too. All right, let's go check out the front bedroom. Darren, how big is this bed and what's all going on inside the bedroom of the 281BH?
So you have a full 60 by 80 queen size mattress in all of your 281BHs. In the side cabinets, you have a place for folded clothes in that shelf, and if you want, you could take that shelf out and you could use it for hanging clothes. Additional storage up top, as well as drawers on both sides of the nightstands, and then that epoxy end table actually folds up for valuables.
It looks like there's some USB ports and light switches under there. What's going on under the nightstand?
So you have a switch for this main light that's right underneath these cabinets, and then you also have two reading lights that are individually controlled. You do have USB with USB-C chargers underneath there as well.
And then is there anything under the bed?
Yeah, tons of extra storage with the sliding drawers, so you can put folded clothes, sweatshirts, anything like that in there. Just never too much storage in an RV.
All right, Darren, before we go outside, is there anything else that the audience should know about this unit?
Yeah, a couple things you'll just find in all your Delta products, much like all your Alliance products. Recessed can lighting throughout the entire coach. No floor vents on the main level. Those little crumb catchers can kind of be a nuisance to some people, so we got rid of all those. Put all the heating registers in the appliances, or the cabinets, if you will. Toggle switch base control center, which is a customer-driven feature that we've stuck with on all of our products. Like I said, mentioned before about those Bluetooth systems, they tend to not work properly sometimes. So with the toggle-based switches, they're just all reliable, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I also noticed there's a lot of little, fit and finishes thing that Delta does, like in the bathrooms with the toothbrush holder. Right here, we got some coat racks.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite features is being a shoe guy. I want a place to protect my shoes when I come inside. So there's a nice little spot to tuck your shoes away right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we talked about before with that hidden storage behind the TV. Anywhere we can kind of use space, we'll try to do that.
Love it. So guys, thanks for joining us for the inside of this tour. We're gonna go outside now, but before we do, don't forget to follow us on social media. You just search @AllianceRV. Don't forget to hit subscribe on this video and leave a comment if you have any questions so far. Join us outside. So starting off in the exterior, Darren, what do you want to hit on first?
Right on the front, right? So right on the front cap, you'll notice the two massive LED strips. Nice painted front cap, fully powered tongue jack, and two propane tanks up front for convenience.
Now, there's a ton going on in that pass-through storage, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't we take the guests over there?
Absolutely.
All right, so one of my favorite things about this pass-through storage is not only is it massive, you can tell in the exact cubic footage, but we give you this nice 6-foot folding table that slides in right on top. So that way, whenever you get to your campsite, you can set up right away. It makes it easy and convenient.
Absolutely. One thing we try to do is just a lot of practical camping features, right? For that mostly weekend warrior with that ultralight customer, we want that camper to get to their campsite and set up shop without having to unload everything. So like you mentioned, the pass-through space in and of itself is a very eye-appealing thing because it's 62 cubic feet of unabated pass-through space. Everyone comes to that 6-foot folding table like Joe was talking about, but then if you get inside too, you notice that we split that convenience center into two different parts, tucking it away from that pass-through so you don't have any obstructions in there.
So what's going on? There's a lot going on here. What is everything in this convenience center?
Yeah, so right off the bat, you notice the first thing you see is that awning switch. And one customer-driven feature that we've stuck with is getting away from those Bluetooth command centers. You just have that control right here at the touch of a button.
That's nice and convenient.
Yeah.
Convenient center. You also got
Absolutely.
your light controls, and there's a spray port here too.
Yeah, so the cool thing that we do with all these spray ports is we teed them all off to the hot and cold shower control on the off-door side. So you set that as like a mixer, and then all 3 of your spray ports in this coach will be temperature controlled.
That's pretty cool. Let's go on the other side of the pass-through.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're on the off-camp side of the Delta 281 BH, and this side looks like there's more happening over here. Can you explain what everything is real quick?
Yeah, so for the most part, it's just a traditional convenience center that you'd see on most fifth wheels or ultralights. But we simplified everything by putting labels on everything. So this is that mixer that I was referring to before. You set that as your temperature gauge for all your spray ports. You also on this side, much like the door side with the awning switch, you have a 3-way switch on this side that control that slide out. So if you get to the campsite, you have a tree right there. You're not screaming back and forth through the window of how much room do I have to the tree. I call it the marriage saver, that you just come outside and push it yourself. You don't have to yell back and forth through that window.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, well, let's go to the next thing that you think is important about the exterior of this coach.
Yeah, so I mean, just sticking in the pass-through, right, there's a lot to talk about. So we have tire pressure monitoring prep in there. We have all your water heater bypass, your city water, your black tank flush, battery disconnect, and then behind that black compartment there, we have a 40 amp charge controller on every single Delta standard with a 200 watt solar panel on the roof. So it's a super expandable system if you want to take it to the next level.
All right, so we were taking a walk to the back of the coach and I noticed this. Darren, what is this?
This is cool because, you know, most of the time when you have a U-shaped dinette in this coach like we do, many people will complain that that back portion of that U-shaped dinette is extremely hard to get to for storage capabilities. What we did on this is we just added an exterior baggage door so that you don't have to crawl underneath that U-shaped dinette to get to that storage. We just put it on the outside of the coach.
So easy access storage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Let's keep going. All right, so now we're on the rear of the coach here, and I couldn't help but notice how big and thick this ladder is. There's also, looks like there's a ton going on here. Can you explain what's happening in the rear of the coach?
Yeah, starting right there with the ladder, right? So we added a steel ladder that's reinforced for up to 300 pounds of weight on it. So you could feel the sturdiness of this as opposed to some of the other ladders out there. The nice thing about what we did here though is with that hot and cold water spray port, we wanted to kind of tie into to be able to use this in a little different way. So, you know, you go to the beach when you're camping or you take the dogs or the kids to the beach. Now you're able to, you know, spray them off, get that sand off with hot or warm water so you're not freezing them out. And then what we did is we widened this rung to an 18-inch rung because that's the standard width of a towel rack. So now after you spray the kids off from the beach, you can hang your towel up right there so you're not throwing it over a rearview mirror of a car. It's more just practical camping things.
Love it. Awesome. So what else is happening? You got some stuff at the top, and then you got a nice hitch down here.
Yeah, 2-inch receiver hitch on every single Delta we build, so that can put 300 pounds of weight straight on it. The other cool thing is we're doing backup camera prep on every single Delta standard. Obviously all fully laminated end walls on all of our products in Alliance, as well as slide boxes as well. But yeah, just a ton to talk about.
Nice. Let's go to the most important side though, the camp side, where everyone's gonna spend all their time.
Absolutely.
Come on. All right, now we're on the most exciting part, the campside kitchen.
Yeah.
So you got this massive griddle here. How big is it?
27-inch grill/griddle.
That's right.
So it's kind of the best of both worlds there.
You can get that nice temperature control, then sear it at the end.
Absolutely.
Perfect. And then you got this nice little mini fridge for all your beverages.
Yeah.
So not only do you have this great outdoor kitchen to have underneath this campsite, but you got this large awning that covers the whole campsite.
Yeah,
right?
It's nice. You get both entry doors covered with this awning as well as that outside kitchen.
Nice. So let's continue on. All right, so let's talk about some of the key features that make Delta Delta. What is it?
Yeah, so I mean, just upgraded components, right? One thing that we did on the exterior too is we gave you 2 solid steps on both entry doors. Most of the time you'll just have the 1 solid step with a secondary step. We went above and beyond and gave you 2 solid steps. Also with the tires, right? We added the Goodyear Endurance tire. It's a great name brand tire. It's a higher performance tire. Little upgraded running gear too, increased shackle sizes on all your Deltas, much like all the brands we were rolling out here at Alliance. And then the construction of the coach, right? I mean, that's a huge point to talk about with all of our Alliance products. We use Asdel components in the sidewalls.
So what is Asdel?
So Asdel is a completely non-organic material that can't rot, can't swell, can't take on moisture of any kind. No mold, no mildew or anything like that. It's basically a composite decking material versus a wood decking material.
Nice.
To kind of put it into layman's terms. But the cool thing about that is we use Asdel on the interior wall, we use Asdel on the exterior wall, and then in all your Delta products, we use Asdel on the subfloor. So you have 2 layers of Asdel on top and 1 layer of Asdel on the bottom of that subfloor. It's gonna be laminated almost exactly the way as your sidewall is gonna be laminated.
Nice. All right, so that's awesome about the Asdel. So what's on the roof of the Delta?
So much like all of our other Alliance products, we use a PVC roof membrane. Nice thing about a PVC roof membrane is it comes with a lifetime warranty on the parts of that, and it's super easy to repair on our own. So we do warranty all of our products for full-time RVing. With that being said, a lot of full-timers are a little bit more handy. So with a PVC roof membrane, you can actually patch that roof yourself and it won't void the warranty.
Nice. What do we got? ACs, solar, what else is up there?
2 AC standard on every single Delta that we build. 200 watts of solar standard on the roof. It's, like I said before, it is expandable. So if the customer wanted to take that to the next level, that 40 amp charge controller could definitely handle another panel if you want to throw it up there.
Nice. Let's talk about the last thing. What's this back here?
On-demand water heaters. So Furrion on-demand water heaters on all your Delta standards. So basically gives you hot water until you don't need it anymore.
That's awesome. And just so the audience knows, I camped in a Delta for 7 days and the on-demand water heater performed fantastic for me and my family. All right, everybody, that was the tour of the Delta 281BH. Darren, if they have any questions about the 281BH, how can they find more information?
Yeah, for more information, you can check us out on our website, alliancerv.com, or check out any of our social media platforms.
And to find us on social, just search @AllianceRV. Everybody, thanks for touring. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Testing 1, 2, this is Joe.
Testing 1, 2, this is Joe. So it's gonna be a similar construction of it.
Hold on.
She wants to be in the video.
It doesn't roll down the car.
Other additional kid, you have that sleeps too.
Okay, the appliances, what's going on with them?
Yeah, so standard
The appliances.
microwave and stove. Yeah, that's
All right, so we know that rainy days happy. So what I want you to do for this video is turn off that light. No.
we slow-mo walk. Can you do like a fireworks show above the Delta?